Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to the Fantasy and Frames Women's Basketball Tournament. We are drafting in the Stephania Bell division. The draft has just kicked off, guys. I'm joined tonight by my lovely guests. I've got Kyle Ziegler, you know him from Fantasy and Frames. He is coming to us from the lovely shores of Daytona Beach, Florida. I got Luigi coming back with us tonight. Also, I don't know that there's any lovely shores in the upstate New York, Buffalo area, but is it
my
snowing?
bathtub. It is still bath. It's still bath season, so that's always good. You know, we got another month of bath season. So.
Well, guys, I'm going to throw our board up on here because we have got we already got started. First pick off the board is Jahmyr Gibbs. Goes to one of my very good friends, Kimberly Garneau, who it's her birthday tomorrow. So happy birthday, Kimberly. And I'm not surprised at all that she took Jahmyr Gibbs because she is a huge Detroit Lions fan. Couldn't go with a better pick, I think, for number one. I love it. How are you guys doing? How's it going? Everybody doing good? Everybody feeling good? Thursday night, 8 o'clock, ready to go?
Yeah, I'm doing the bit where I think I've made up my mind. I'm going to do a different pair of glasses each episode,
yes.
All the way to the end of the tournament. And then like last episode, we'll bring in all the women, all 64 of them, and then we'll vote on which ones for the best throughout the tournament.
Yeah, I'm doing really well here. It just I didn't get to say, Stacy, but like, yeah, you mentioned how I'm in Daytona Beach, and all the viewers are wondering, why the hell is he wearing a hoodie right now in Daytona Beach? Well, it's freaking cold here, okay? It's like 60 degrees. The winds are going like 20 miles an hour. I feel like I'm in Buffalo at this time of year.
I was going to say, miss me with that cold shit. At you can miss me with that 60 degrees. I'd be sunbathing right now. I'd be doing this podcast outside.
This was like a last minute trip. The wife hit me up, said, "Hey, I got this really good deal at this beach here at Daytona Beach. You want to go?" I'm like, "Sure." And I get here and I'm like, "It's cold." That's why you got a good deal, babe.
That's probably it.
You know what? Last week I was at a spring training game and got sunburnt, and then this week it's been in like the 40s in the morning here in Florida. So I don't know what's going on. Our weather's drunk, I think. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. So if you guys have been watching all of these drafts that we've been having going on for the last couple weeks, you know what the format is. But for those of you who don't know, I'm going to tell you. Guys, this is the fourth of our basketball tournament drafts. We have got 12 people in this division, 20 rounds, FFPC rules, which means it is tight end premium. And our lineup looks like this: single QB, 2 wide receiver, 2 running back, 2 flex, and a tight end. Tight ends usually go pretty early here in the FFPC, although we are on pick 11 and they haven't gone yet. So guess what, guys? I am helping out Miss Julia Papworth tonight because she is feeling really under the weather. We tried to find somebody else who might be able to draft you out and drafted yet, and we couldn't. So just in the spirit of full disclosure, so I'm helping out here. I've got some very clear directions from her about who she does and does not want. And she did not tell me that I couldn't have Brock Bowers. So I'm going to take Brock Bowers at the 12th spot. And then look at that. I get to go again. Maybe we should make this like a group draft for Julia. We can all chime in here. No Browns or Jets.
Anybody that knows me enough knows that I would be going Bowers McBride right here.
I was actually just going to say, do we want to go double tight end here and take 2 of them right off the board?
God. I kind of listen. You do not need to tease me with a double tight end start.
I love cranking purple early, especially these two. Like these two should both be in the first round, right? Like,
yeah, why not steal them?
There it is.
Guys, that's never going to happen again. We are never getting a Bowers McBride team.
No,
that's never happening again.
No. And Julia's either going to love us or hate us, which is cool.
Yeah, it's a.
I hope I didn't make her more sick with that pick. Oh man. Guys, we've got a lot of really great women drafting tonight. So I just want to kind of go down the list. Kimberly is drafting. We have got Lauren Jump is also drafting from RotoWire. We have got in here Kristen. She's new to the tournament this year. Molly and Kimberly are actually sisters-in-law. So she's drafting at 4. We got Karen is at 5. We have also got Casey Kasem at 6. April Balaskide, bestie from the Vegas area. she and I are going to be doing a little draft out in Vegas this year together. Very excited about that. We've also got, let's see, we got Jenny Schweigert. She's going to be joining us here in a little bit for a pick. And then we have got Antoinette, and I think she is new to the tournament this year as well. Gina, you guys know her as She Talks Football on Twitter. She's here. We've got Dariah. She is also a first-year drafter with the tournament. And then last but not least, me/Julia. Oh, like this is
that's a strong room. I know quite a few of these ladies in the room today.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that sticks out to me is, I don't know typically how these drafts go with the FFPC, but this one feels really running back heavy. Does it usually go that way in these? That's a lot of running backs.
So far, the first 3 drafts have been really running back heavy, and we've been seeing a lot of those wide receivers kind of get pushed down a little bit. Like Justin Jefferson just goes here in the second round, 5th pick there, which is kind of wild. So I don't know. You guys think that's a trend that's going to be trendy this year? Is doing running backs early?
It's way more. I think it's even more so on Underdog than FFPC because the half point PPR. So like people are even kind of buckling into running back even more. I think what's happening, especially, I think we talked about this last week. What was happening is, especially early on, when there was a lot of unknown of, how good this draft class really was and where the middle end guys like Gainwell and Dowdle were going to go. There was only like 12 guys you felt really good about clicking on, knowing that they were going to have a dominant role. Now that has kind of spread, that Dowdle's gained some clarity and Gainwell, and you got more guys that are going to have decent roles. I think that should spread out more. But yeah, I think the last couple of years have shown like you need to kind of go back to at least a one cement running back in the first couple rounds. I've been doing a lot more, way more heavy at running back than I ever have drafted probably in the past decade.
Yeah, because that's typically how I draft too, Louis. I just love to like stock up on them wide receivers. For me, the goal is always to try to get like 4 in the top 24 or 25 if I can do it. But like, yeah, with this draft, that would kind of squeeze me pretty tight here for looking for a running back. Like, oh man, I better grab one soon because everybody's taking them off the board right now. So it would kind of, that strategy that I usually like to do would kind of push me in this draft. It kind of make me a little bit nervous here, but wow. Yeah, I just didn't expect that.
To me too, like there's a huge drop. I don't even have Chase Brown in that tier, but like right where Hampton and then Walker's probably the end of that tier, that second tier of guys for me. Like there's a huge drop off to that next tier of the Chase Brown, Kyron Williams. ETN, I bump up over both of them. ETN's actually a little ahead of Walker for me, but outside of that, like I do think that there's a pretty big drop off in this next tier. So I find myself having 1 or 2 most times here coming out of 2 rounds. I like a lot of these wide receivers, so I have to mix them in. But I think it's important this year to have one of the studs. Hey, Tootsie.
Yeah, and thanks to everybody who's watching, guys. If you're watching online, like throw your comments in the chat. So we'll get to those as we go through. Also, just to let everybody know, we have got 8 women on the standby list that are waiting to play, and if we get to 12, I can open up another division and we can do a slow draft there. So maybe you don't love live drafts, totally cool. We have a slow draft option hopefully. So if you're interested in that, shoot us a DM, let us know. If you know anybody who's interested, get them the information too. I would love so much. I mean, like I'm already super excited that we got 7 divisions filled. If we can get 8, that would just be like mind blowing to me. So you never know. Angie, we got our inaugural champion has joined the chat, you guys. Miss Hatfield over here, if you're nasty.
No.
And she's giving Julia credit for her picks.
Yeah.
She came in late. It's all right. I am not the one. I could play it cool and we could just pretend Julia's putting them in, but I want all the credit when this thing wins. I'm going to call Julia and tell her she has to make a statement. All 33%.
Listen,
of the champions.
if that, like, we should ask Mojo if there's there cannot be any other Bowers builds. There can't be.
I would say there's probably a couple in the best ball tournament, but I don't think many. You have the Mojo ADP.
I do.
Where like they have to both be like in the top 8, 9, or no?
I think so. Let me hang on. Give me like 2
sorry,
seconds.
I didn't mean
That's okay. Like literally the minute I go to Google and type in FANT, like the Fantasy Mojo thing, that's like the first thing that pops up.
I don't know how Julia's going to feel about running backs though, because at this point now, how do you guys feel about just going straight 0 RB with her at this point?
I think we're gonna have to. So I'm looking at the Never Too Early Best Ball Tournament ADP for the last 7 days. McBride is going at the 7 spot. Bowers is going at 10.
Yeah. So I wonder if that didn't. I don't know, because I only would say that they have become, a little bit stronger in the offseason based off of a couple guys like in that back end first round becoming a little bit weaker. So that it's got to be pretty unique. And also, not only do they have to fall that position, but then you got to have the balls to double tap it, which I'm sure a lot of people are uncomfortable with, but it's not our draft. We could do what we want.
Exactly. Guys, now there is one running back on the board who's going to be a starter this year. He's in a new landing spot. I could go him and then follow it up with a wide receiver that I kind of like. What do you guys think?
If that's our boy, formerly known as ETN,
yes,
as I've been corrected in the chat for, I think that's a smash here.
Kyle?
I'm for it.
All right. Yeah, Travis Achan, come on down. I'm never gonna get used to that.
Just don't make the mistake and draft Trevor here.
I always literally I check 3 times every time.
It's their parents naming them similar names. Rude.
Who's the wide receiver you like here?
All right, so is second-year wide receiver Tet McMillan.
Oh, that's great.
I'm looking at him. I've got a couple options. Well, it's so funny because the other running back that's here is Breece Hall, and Julia specifically said no Jets.
That's great. That's great. I think
I fade him too. I'm not really a Breece Hall fan, so if we're drafting for her, I would not want to go Breece here.
No. Do you guys like Tet, or should I go with a different receiver?
I like Tet a lot. Who else is around there? Evans and
McConkey, Higgins.
No, I think I like Tet out of those options.
I think so too.
Tet's good.
I have a question for you guys. So this is I've heard it on like 2 different podcasts this week. What do you guys think about the Panthers? Do you think that they have a chance to win the NFC South this year?
Louis, I'll let you go first.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was waiting for you.
I was still thinking, so I'm like, let Louis go if you know.
Yeah, I was a year ahead of this. Like last year, I had predicted I had them winning the division, and they snuck into it there at the end. But it wasn't because they were a great team. The defense is a lot better than people give credit for. They get a little bit worse. I don't know if they get worse. Jonathan Brooks's health is honestly a really big question mark with them, because I think I know it's 2 years in a row, but I really thought he was going to be great. But now they only have Hubbard. They just brought in AJ Dillon, so they don't have much of a running game. If Brooks doesn't work out, I'm sure that the draft will probably be a spot for that too. The worst kept secret in football is that they probably take Sadiq in the first round. So, they upgrade tight end. Bryce Young is just, I think he gets one more year to see if he could take that loop, because as a Buffalo fan and somebody that's watched, Josh Allen really go up and down. And I'm not saying Bryce Young's ups are as high as Josh Allen's were, but he really has had some games where you're like, this is it. He's turned the corner, and then he's lost the next week. So I think Tet McMillan's the real deal. I think if they could get Sadiq, that really will open up the offense, and the defense is already pretty solid.
And if Jalen Coker can just step up from the playoff games, he looked really good towards the end of the stretch and in the playoffs. So, yeah, I mean, if Coker's for real and he keeps ascending, then I don't see why they can't. Really, honestly. I mean, the division's wide open. I kind of like the Saints as a dark horse, though. Like if Tyler Shucks really improved as well in the last 6 games, he was going off there as well. So that division's going to be fun to watch again this year.
I love the Saints this year. That whole offense is I'm buying in. They probably draft a second wide receiver, but I'm still even drafting Vele at the end of drafts because how good he did at the end of the year. ETN's just going to open up that offense, and I'm with you. I was like his biggest. There's no way this guy is going to be good, but Chuck's an NFL quarterback. Like I'm pretty confident that he's going to be in the league for a while. He's going to hold that job. Did
they release Kamara, or is he still there?
He's there, but it was really weird. They like restructured it in a way where like, even when they restructured it, Schefter was like, it's restructured in a way that he could still be released, if that comes. I wonder if it's just like, they would do him that like kind of favor for what, if there was interest or someone, there was some interest from another team that he would feel like he would have a better opportunity for if they just don't kind of do him that favor. But it seems like at least right now he's going to settle into like a complimentary role. But what's a complimentary role? That, like ETN does all the things he does, but better. So it's like, I don't know how he really comps him. I told Stacy this last episode. I think that there's like some real steam to like things I've heard around here and the connection to the coaches here that were with the Saints. I think there's a chance that he might end up here in Buffalo. And I think that would be a really good fit for him. So, he would have that passing game role that James Cook really doesn't excel in. So I've heard a little bit of smoke on that with the OC here and Brady having the connections to the Saints. It makes a lot of sense. It would be one of those teams where he would be like, okay, I'll probably have a better role there. They're probably better suited to win. I'm at the end of my career. Kind of do me this favor type of thing. And I think he's earned that in New Orleans, that they would kind of help facilitate, whether it be like a 7th round swap of picks or something to trade him or, release him knowing that he would have the opportunity to come here.
Yeah. What do you guys, so Waddle goes in the 2nd round here. We're in the 5th round, everybody. Waddle goes 2nd pick to Lauren's team. I don't think that hadn't happened yet, right? On Tuesday's draft or Monday's draft. I don't even remember which day it was now.
Yeah, I think we missed it. I think we missed it by a day.
What do you guys think about Waddle in Denver now?
I think it's a very good football move for the Denver Broncos. I like it for them. For fantasy, though, I just feel like they're just gonna kind of eat into each other a little bit. Plus, I think Jaylen Waddle's ADP is gonna go up a little bit too high for me, for my liking. And I'd rather just, honestly, looking at it, like I'd rather just take Cortland Sutton at this point as a wide receiver 3, who should go way later than this now with Jaylen Waddle being in Denver. I think it should push Sutton more down and get him as a wide receiver 3. I like that more than drafting Jaylen Waddle as a wide receiver 2.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, Waddle will end up going like a couple rounds in front of him. I know in this draft they're side by side, but I think that's going to separate more. Like you said, I really love the idea of Malik Willis just funneling all the targets to him. Like all year. So I was drafting a lot of him, and I kind of agree with you. I think it definitely doesn't add to his value for me. I'm not sure how much I'll be knocking him down because I don't love a lot in this little tier here around him. So I find myself clicking on him a lot, but I just don't love. I've never bought into Knicks, and I now that he's going to have even more places to spread the ball, there's going to be 2 really relevant running backs there. I don't think he's a great quarterback. I don't know. I think this could be a little bit of a downgrade for Waddle, a big one for Sutton, I think. So yeah. I don't necessarily, I don't necessarily disagree with you to like look to see what that discount is, because I think it's going to end up being like a 2-3 round discount from what it is now. And that's when I'll start being like, okay, yeah, this is,
That's
because you can't replace chemistry, and they do have that, and so that's one thing that I think people kind of forget about when a shiny new toy comes in. Like, Nick's is comfortable with that, and his comfort zone is always going to be him, especially on third down, where he converted like 7,000 last year. So yeah, I like that thought to kind of start looking to see where Sutton's going and targeting him.
Yeah. What do you guys think here? I went with Luther Burden and Mike Evans, and I'm just like betting against the substation. Hopefully,
I love both of those picks. I didn't even say a word. I think I pushed the second. I think I pushed the second tight end pretty hard and HN pretty hard. I can't do it. It's ETN. I'm sorry. I just did it. I did that naturally. I did that naturally, and I'm mad at myself. But I mean, Burden and Evans, I think I'm up to like 40% on Burden on Underdog. And since the Evans move, I didn't draft any Evans. I probably had 0%. Since the move, I immediately, the day he got drafted, I took ADP and I threw it out the window, and I started taking him in like the 4th and 5th round, because that's how much I think he eats in that offense. Has to stay healthy for sure. Yeah. And that's scary. But if he stays healthy, I legit think he could be Evans of 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, and really with Mike Evans, nobody really talks about his red zone and like his end zone targets and how good he is down. He's as good as Devontae Adams, if not better. Like, I was looking at it recently over on the data suite, and this dude is like every time 1 or 2 every year, number 1 or 2 inside the end zone targets for touchdowns. Man, that's going to be a nice move there for Brock Purdy, who knows what happens with Kittle. He may take some time to heal up, and it's just another nice weapon for Brock Purdy to get going there. So I do like it as well, Louis.
Yeah. All right.
But what's going on with this girl at 11? Like, what's going on with these picks?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
I had to ask.
I didn't even notice.
I don't know too much about Josh Clevis or Tyrone Montgomery, but I don't know. Maybe Jariah knows something. Let's see. So Lauren's up. So we are wrapping up the 6th round. We're doing good. We're 22 minutes in.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
It would be a really good bit if Jariah knew these people and she's just drafting all of her friends. I think it would be awesome. Such a great bit.
That's so funny. So Lauren, it says Lauren is auto drafting, but she is logged in. So I bet she probably put those in her queue. And that's how it's going. So when I was going to take Mike Evans, my second choice, I had him and Terry McLaurin there. And so I was like, okay, I want an old one, right? I've taken 2 young wide receivers. Let's go get an old guy. And I went with Mike Evans because I took a lot of Terry last year, but I don't know. I like him this year. I'm not like, off of Terry, even though it wasn't a great season for him last year. Do you guys think there's I'm totally off this show sheet, by the way, so I'm so sorry. But I don't know. What do you guys think about Washington? Do you think that's going to be a good offense?
Go ahead, Louis.
It's tough with the changes there. I was surprised at how quickly they got rid of Kingsbury, especially after the injury to Daniels. They looked great 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. That running back room is kind of a mess. I mean, I like Rachaad White's value a little bit, but I think he's going to be the one that emerges. But they still really haven't done anything at wide receiver. What's the move there? I'm sure that they'll draft a guy probably in the 1st round. But everyone's pairing Ayuk to them, which I think he's absolutely worth a 1-year show prove it to me deal, and he could be awesome, and it could just blow up in your face. But I don't think it's going to cost enough to really care about it. And at this point, what's your other options? You're down to Diami Brown and Debo, bringing back Debo, and I don't think they want to do that.
And for me with this offense, it really kind of ties to Jayden Daniels. Like he is the anchor to all of this for the whole offense is Jayden Daniels. Can he be healthy? Because the talent is there, but he allows so much pressure to come up to him. I mean, his rookie season, he allowed the 11th most pressures, and he's had 65 sacks in a season and a half that he's played in. I mean, the talent is there, but like, if he can't stay on the field, and I don't know how he's doing with the slides. That's been a struggle for him. Like he needs to learn how to slide for one, because he's getting himself beat up. And if it's Marcus Mariota again for another half a season, I don't know. That kind of concerns me with the whole Washington offense, because it's tied so much to Jayden Daniels. And I hate not taking a player or an offense because of injuries, but from what I've seen from Jayden Daniels, he allows so much pressure, like I said, and he allows himself to get hurt and injured. And that's just what kind of concerns me with that offense.
I'm not 100% he's good either. I know that's really hard or weird to say, but I mean, he had one great year, and then he had a year filled of injuries that he didn't look so good when he was healthy. Which one is it? Is it the one that was with an offensive mastermind in Cliff Kingsbury, and someone that made Kyler Murray look really good for a couple of years too? Or is it? So I think it's somewhere in between. But I do think all the time, we see these guys come out, they look great in their rookie year, and then the league adapts to them, and then they just don't catch up, and they kind of go back into that next tier. I'm not certain he's good. I'm not sitting here and saying that he's definitely not or anything. I'm not putting him on a tier like with the top guys.
Yeah.
Jorge's yelling at me.
Oh yeah, I was gonna pull that. I was waiting for that. I kind of started it though.
with the talk about the Commanders. All right, guys. So I took Jackson Dart here. I think I need to take another running back real quick. And like the ones that were in my queue, I were like Tootin, Hubbard, Dowdle, and they all go in the 7th round. How do you guys feel about Tyler Algier?
I like it.
So gross. I
like it. I think he's the one that obviously emerges in that backfield to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, I'm like say excited for him. I was kind of hoping for a more clear spot, but I mean, I don't know. It's not bad. I mean, yeah, if he can take it, which I mean, who is he competing with? Trey Benson. Yeah, I mean, so it does look. Yeah, so
the corpse of James Conner. I mean,
it's like Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what he can do as a full-time running back, because man, he showed a lot backing up Bijan there.
Yeah,
guys, this is a weird draft, but I kind of love this roster.
For yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, for Julia, right?
Yeah. Well, for Julia, of course. Yeah. Obviously. Julia. Yeah.
Sorry, I had a mental lapse there. I forgot you're drafting for her.
Totally. So, we'll talk about some other teams here in a second. We got Bowers, McBride, Achane, Etienne. We're just going to have to start saying his first name. Pat McMillan, Burden, Evans, Jackson Dart, Tyler Algier. I don't hate it. I kind of love it.
Yeah, you're getting really good running backs, really, for this, at this point in the draft, because everybody else took them. See, this is why I like to go heavy wide receiver, because then you can end up finding a good running back like Tyler Algier in the later rounds.
Yeah, finding your little diamonds in the rough. There's still there's still starters out here. Well, one, who knows how long he'll be a starter, but maybe until draft day.
These are the rounds that I think these are the rounds I think you can really attack running back. I would say that you in a perfect build, you want more than 3 wide receivers at this point, but we got value everywhere else. But I think there's a lot of fun kind of RB 1Bs. There's guys that are it's just every year. There's just guys in this tier that were like, oh, so gross. Stevenson last year and Dowdle and these guys that are just like they're not good, right? And they're behind somebody, and then week 6 they are the rookie is still on the bench and they're rushing for 100. So I try to lose a little bit. 2 things: the age, that age drop off. I'm guilty. I think we're all guilty of it. It's like we think it's 25 years old. It's it's a little bit later than that. And I call guys dead pretty early. And then 2, it's not like it used to be. You can't be intimidated if they're second on the depth chart. I mean, there's just so many guys that are second on the depth chart that are scoring as much as the guy in first or more. So, and I think those are the ones, especially with the injury possibilities of running back, like that's the target to go right here from like 8 to 11 and just pile on, because when you get to the end, you could find an upside wide receiver or a wide receiver that's, going to fit in on an explosive offense that could just go off the week that you need them at the end of the tournament or something. But this is where I kind of like to build my running back depth.
Yeah, Louis, I'm the same way with running. It's so funny you said that, because I treat like that age cliff for running backs like the Bible, man. Like I don't trust it, but Derrick Henry's proven me wrong for like 6 years now.
Literally, I've been fading him. I've been fading him for 6 years. I'm like, well, how is this dude still doing it? And then, then he loses. I mean, he just ruined my whole fantasy season in 1 week. Like every tournament team I had, he has that monster, week in the playoffs, and just I had 0%. So
the moment you go against your script, Louis.
Yeah.
There's the cliff. You called it.
Yep, 100%. I know that I'm very low on him still. I think I'm at like 5% right now, but I won't have I don't think I'll have 0 of any guy in the first 3 rounds this year, because I've done that too much, and like you said, 1 week like that just ruined it devoured my whole season.
Is there somebody you're not leaving drafts without this year that you already just feel super, super confident in?
2 guys, Luther Burden and Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk was free, and I was picking him in the 20th round, and now you can't because of the signing. But honestly, I think I said it on the podcast, he's really good friends with Josh. I thought he was going to come here. So that just seemed like that was going to work out. I'm surprised it still didn't. On a 1 year, $6 million deal, Josh Allen's basically the GM here. I don't know how that didn't work, that he didn't get one of his friends here when he needs them, but whatever, it didn't. But still, he gains a huge bunch of value, maybe even more than Buffalo, going to San Fran. And so I have like close to 65% of him. And then Burden's the other one. And I was doing Burden before the Moore trade, and now he's obviously become a little bit more expensive, but I don't mind paying at this price. I'll keep paying him up. I think he's better than the 10 guys in front of him, to be honest.
Well, Louis, that's a perfect segue into the guy that I can't leave a draft with. And I don't know how you feel, because I know you're a Bills fan. I know you're a little bit nervous here with the Josh Allen having a kid thing, but dude, I am super high on DJ Moore, man. I mean, obviously he's the clear-cut number 1 there in Buffalo with Josh Allen. Perfect fit, though, for Joe Brady's offense, man. I mean, he's already thrived in that offense before in Carolina. People don't remember, but when he was in Carolina with DJ Moore, he was wide receiver 9 in receiving yards back in 2020, 2021. He was top 10 in receiving yards before Brady was let go. Dude, I am super excited. And by the way, that was with Teddy Bridgewater at quarterback and the ghost of Sam Darnold. So I am like this high up, man, on DJ Moore. I'm excited for it.
I was 210. I was 210 and ripped in 2021. Okay. A lot of things have changed. I'll tell you this. I'm really having trouble. I really wasn't. I was even fatter than I am today. But I only said that for the bit. I was so much fatter. But it was COVID. Relax. But
it's true.
Yeah. I think my trouble with the DJ Moore thing is more so of like what it does to the organization financially. They gave up the 2nd round pick. So I'm trying not to, have that negative connotation on what I think he could do fantasy wise. What I was really surprised for about a week and a half after the trade, the over-unders they adjusted them obviously, and they were active, and his over-under was 760 yards, which seems so low. I would have murdered the over, but because every time you think that, Vegas is screwing you, where I'm like, man, this is scary. But the only good news I have with that is they did take it off the board. So I'm hoping they realized they were too low. It comes back in like the middle 800s when it goes back on post-draft, and then I'll feel better about what we're going to see from him. I agree with all your points, and it's honestly the best receiver besides Diggs that Josh has ever had. I think he really realized in these couple years without Diggs how much he wants and needs that. And I think even like the type of guy he is just like, I want to prove that this was the right move. So I agree with you that I think he's going to get peppered with targets.
Jorge wants to know what the better wing spot is. Duff's or
Anchor bar, in my opinion, but I'm a Florida guy.
Okay, so yeah, you're a Florida guy. So that the Buffalo thing is that Anchor Bar is the place that made it, but they are garbage now. They were the first ones to make them, and you know they own that spot. They should be a place that you go to every time you're in Buffalo. Duff's is better. Duff's isn't even in my top 15. So I know that's like the big argument is Duff's or Anchor Bar, but like us Buffalonians know of like 15 different spots that are better. So when you come into town, I'll take you to all of them. We do. I mean, literally me and we've lived here our whole life. Me and my two closest friends go every Wednesday and we try a new spot in town. So
do they still have Anchor Bar at the airport in Buffalo?
They do. And even that is like, not like, it's kind of like a, sure. Just a satellite. Like if you're going to go to Anchor Bar, go to the one downtown.
Right.
But I'm shocking Jorge right now. When you come in, I'll take, next time you come to Buffalo, Jorge, let me know. I'll take you all around.
Okay, guys. Last pick in this round for me. And then we've got one of our drafters is joining us. I'm thinking, and I've got a few backup running backs in here, but I also could go quarterback.
I would go another. You don't have a wide receiver?
I mean, I've got, let's see, I've got 4 receivers.
If it were me, you took Dart, I would hold off for a quarterback.
Okay.
Yeah.
So receiver or running back?
Or running back. Yeah, go your favorite person in the queue. But I would go wide receiver, running back.
All right. I think we're going to go Kenny G.
Okay. Kenny G is still around.
For a second, I was like, she did not do Kenny Galladay. I was like, man. Okay.
I know these names to trip you up, Louis.
Right?
Yeah, I legit, that's right where my head went. And you're a Lions fan, or no, you're not. You just love all the Lions somehow. Yeah, I never even thought about that. You're a Packers fan and you love all of the Lions.
I do love the Lions. I do.
You love Florida and St. Brown like so much.
I know. They're just so much fun. They're so much fun to root for. I love Dan Campbell. I live for Dan Campbell's like Monday morning victory speeches. Like I would run through a wall for that man. Guys, we have the lovely and talented Miss Jenny Schweigert here joining us. I'm going to bring you on, Jenny. Can you hear us okay?
I sure can. Can you hear me?
Yes. You're going to be up, but you're going to be up and like you're in the almost on the on deck circle.
I am, and I was going to go with a QB. Should I not?
No, so let's see. Who did you just take? You just took Trevor Lawrence, right? That's your team?
No.
Okay, just kidding. Oh, you're 8. Okay, so you've got Burrow and Prescott.
Who I wanted, yeah.
I feel like you could hold off, but
I agree.
Yeah, I think like Kyle, Louis, what do you guys think as far as like quarterbacks go in a draft like this in a best ball? Like how many are you comfortable with taking?
For me in this kind of format, for me it's only like 2 to 3 max. It's not super flex, so I like to just go thin at quarterback and just hope for the best. I'm a little bit more riskier when it comes to that, more than probably most, but I'm comfortable with 2 max. Really, I'm good with 2. Louis?
Yeah, I'm different each time. I'm weaker on quarterback in the sense of like I wait longer probably for my top guy unless this isn't. I hope that everybody understands because I'm not the homer at all. I think Allen is well ahead of everybody else, so I will take him, early. But everybody else is just like I'll just wait till next year, and I usually end up getting like 3 guys in like the back end of the top 12. I'll do that. I do think the last few years have shown that might not be the best strategy. But when you do go like one of the elite quarterbacks, say you get a top 5, 6 guy, I'm okay with going to, because honestly, if you have an injury to one of those guys, you're done anyways, right? Like if you have, you know, so who cares about the third guy depth that might, it's not going to save you. If you lose Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, the team's not winning anyway. So I'm okay with going to 2 quarterbacks in that situation.
Jenny, you took Dallas Goedert here. I like this, especially
Yeah.
for a tight end premium, and he just signed, you know, back with the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And I guess my question, and I would love to see you fill that last league or that last division, sorry.
Yeah.
What are some advice pieces that you all can give to people who are hesitant about best ball?
Ooh, like are hesitant to like draft in a best ball?
Right, yeah.
Ooh.
And as well.
I'll say for me, for best ball, the one thing I love about it is it's, you know, you set it and forget it. You don't have to set your lineup. There's no trades to worry about. It's very like, it's like you're on vacation. you have one night of work, you draft your team and you set it and literally you forget it. Like it sets it all up for you automatically. You know, the points are all automatic, so you don't have to worry about anything. So that's what I love about best ball is it's like, it's aside from like, you know, your redraft leagues where you're constantly setting lineups, your waivers, you don't have to worry about that in best ball. And that's one of the biggest perks for me for best ball is set it and forget it. That's what I like to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of how I was, you know, like reaching out to, you know, friends who have never drafted in something like this before. Especially like friends of mine that have like young kids, you know, may not have a lot of time during the season to manage something.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, hey, look, you can take your hour and a half, set it aside, and that's all you have to spend on it. Like you're going to draft, you're going to be done. And that to me is like a huge benefit for best ball. And plus too, you know, like it gives you an opportunity to draft a few of these, see what you like, you know, see where ADP is, see where things are falling, you know, play around with it and get to do different builds. You know, like, and then you don't have to, you know, you just literally just forget about it until week 17 rolls around and check and see where you are.
Jenny, I took your question maybe a little bit differently than them. Were you asking more like how you would like advice on how to build your team, or were you like asking for like reasons to get in the best ball?
Strategy, because I have never done.
Oh, okay.
So so I
go ahead, Louis.
There's an important the most important thing for me personally, and I'm really heavy on this, but I play a lot of best ball, and it, you know, it's worked, is that I really think not so much in these smaller tournaments, but especially when you get in the bigger tournaments, but I do them even in 12-team leagues. I think you need a stack when you can, meaning like, you know, anytime you draft a quarterback, try to get their wide receivers or tight ends. Even running backs are okay. You just want to bet on certain offenses. You want to limit the bets that you have to make. You know, last year I built a team. It was probably the best ball team I ever built, and it was, of course, in one of the smallest tournaments I was in. But I basically just had tons of Chicago players, tons of Seattle players, and you know, a few other guys mixed in that. And because because Seattle and Chicago's offenses did well, you know, I did well. So it's just kind of it's lessening what you need when you can stack players. So I think that's important. And then I think just having a structure on positions. So you usually want to get out with 3 quarterbacks, 3 tight ends, 5 running backs, and 7 or 8 wide receivers, like somewhere in that range. I would never draft more than 3 quarterbacks or 3 tight ends. Sometimes there's a reason to just do 2, but I think the most safe framework is 3-3, and then say 6 and 8. 6 running backs, 8 wide receivers, I think is usually the best framework.
And if I could just piggyback off of that strategy there, Louis, I love everything you said. Like I'm a big stack guy too for best ball. And in this particular tournament, you can't really do what I want to do. But like if you like this tournament and you want to do more later on, like when the schedule release comes out, I'm big on not only stacking one team, but I'm big on stacking like a week 16 stack, a week 17 stack.
Yep.
I like to get the other team that they're going to play in like week 15, 16, 17 towards the end of the season. So hopefully that game's a shootout. Okay. You get a shootout for both of those teams. Chances are you move up into the playoffs in these best balls. But obviously in this tournament, the schedule release is not out until like May. So we can't really do it. But if you end up liking these drafts and you want to do more later on, that's a strategy that you could do as well, as stack the the team on the other side that they're playing week 15, 16, if that makes any sense, or week 17.
Yeah, it makes total sense. Yeah. I apologize. This is my first time drafting and looking at it on the desktop versus my phone is so much different.
Are you on a computer right now?
I am, yeah. Yeah.
Me too. So I like drafting on the computer a little bit more. I don't know if that makes me a boomer or not, but I like to have multiple, like I want my draft board all on one window, and then I want like my like my queue and everything on the other. I just want to be able to like watch the board and see, like where things are going and where I can push things. Guys, let me ask you guys. So like all the backup QBs are kind of going now. Do you feel like I've got Jackson Dart? Do you feel like it's time to go grab my second one? Because there's somebody here that's kind of interesting to me. There's a couple guys, and I'm not sure if they make it all the way back to me.
Yeah, you kind of have to get a second at this point as it's running thin. So I would definitely take your second, and then hope you get, you might, by the time the third one comes, you might not even want what's left, but you get the guy that you want here. I'm interested to know who it is.
Do you not want to name drop? Is that the problem?
No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go with Kyler.
You're on the clock. Perfect. Yeah, that's QB1.
That's what I'm saying. And I've got Addison here for the stack. I got a nice little stack because I was looking to see like, all right, who's left that I could stack. And really, Kyler and Addison. I mean, it's not, like you don't have to do it, right? But like, it's nice to do that when you can. So I had him here. There's still two. There's still two other guys that are actually. Oh, there goes one. Yeah. So Jared Goff was in my Jordan Love was there too. There's still a couple more. There's still at least 3 more out there.
As someone who's 42 years old who hasn't hit his growth spurt yet, I love a short king. I am all about the Kyler Murray this year. I love it. I think he's gonna just kill in that. The fact that they're even somewhat making it like it's going to be a competition, like I just don't see it.
No, I think if there's anybody who can fix him right now, it's like Kevin O'Connell. He's taken over the QB whisperer mantle from Kyle Shanahan, and now I think like if you're somebody that's had a lot of questions, had a lot of issues, like you want to land in Minnesota. Oh, there was another. So I had Malik Willis on my list too, just because of his legs and everything, and like God knows what else they're gonna do in Miami since they're getting rid of everybody else. I had Malik Willis there too, Jenny. I love it. Jordan also hasn't hit her growth spurt. Same girl, same.
You are not a boomer, by the way, at all.
Oh man.
I did start. A year ago, I started trying and testing different AI apps for seeing what they recommended. And something interesting, and I use ChatGPT for a lot of different things, but I did it all last year, every week. And something that I found interesting, because I did it this evening, they were still using 2025. Mm-hmm. They still had Tyreek. We had players that weren't even on a team anymore that were popping up. So I found that really interesting.
You got to be careful with ChatGPT about that. Like I've used it to do some like captions for social media and stuff. And I've noticed that same thing is that they'll, be using players that are, with their previous teams. So you definitely have to watch it, but I haven't used it for anything other than just like kind of like social media wise, but what were you using it for? Like, I'm so intrigued now. Like, what were you putting in there?
Every week I would try and just see like what it would give me for different leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was just kind of tracking different players also and seeing what they had for stats, and seeing how accurate it was. And that happened the first time, gosh, I think we were like week 3, week 4, when it had a year ago, it was like giving me 2023 stats. And I was like, wow, this is really off, because the more you use it, you're training it basically. And the more you're asking questions, it's supposed to predict. It's all, predictability and I was floored when it gave me 2023 stats. And
You're like, this is not going to help me.
no, and then tonight I said, some of these players are not even playing or on a team currently. And it came right back and it said, yes, you're correct. Thanks for catching that. But
Great. So I'm your AI.
Yeah. You're supposed to be the one giving me the information.
But that's my question, since we're on the topic of AI, now we're really off topic here, Stacy, with your show sheet.
I love it.
But I don't know if you guys know, but like maybe Jorge in the chat, like he's a big AI guy. He might be able to answer this. But like you said, Jenny, these AIs give you way wrong information so much. But how does because Yahoo is running AI articles, right?
Yeah.
So if that's happening, how is Yahoo putting out good content behind AI then?
I don't think that they are, in my
Okay.
opinion. Nothing against Yahoo. I felt that was a really not a great step forward for Yahoo Sports in any way at all. As a teacher, it's great for me because I can say, hey, you guys, here's like a cautionary tale. This is what I've been doing. And most of the kids know I do a lot of fantasy football, and I can say, this is what happens. And I'll say, this is what it told me to play this week. What do you think? And then, we're in our school district, we embrace AI, and we try different things to encourage them to use it in the proper way or to be cautionary about using it. But I always want to make sure, and it just seems like football's a way for them to connect and relate to how it can be so off.
Yeah.
Well, at least none of us are using it to ask how to hide up the wives. Did you, the old Jets player that asked how to hide the body after he murdered his wife? Like what? You didn't hear about this?
No.
There's a former Jets player that murdered his girlfriend or wife and then got caught because he asked ChatGPT how to hide the body.
Oh my God.
What world are we living in? It's insane.
That's insane. But
it is insane. It should only be used for one thing, and that's making those little cute post game media scrums that are fake with a different voice, or they start swearing or something. That's funny. That's what AI should be used for. Comedy. As a comedian myself, I don't want to ruin creativity, but that's a funny way. But yeah, man, we're gonna all be dead. The robots are gonna be running this world in 10 years.
Here's the thing. With that, I just feel like there's so many true crime shows, podcasts out there that at this point, that if you are still thinking about in the midst of, considering committing a crime, and you go to Google, ChatGPT, whatever, and input that information, you should get caught. You should just get caught, because that's on you, man. Come on, you got to be better, do better at this point. If we're going down that road,
I don't know. I don't know if the fact that he used ChatGPT should be the thing we're judging him for the most, but it's a close two. It is a close number.
I can see Stacy in her office right now. Somebody comes to her with something, and she's like, I use ChatGPT, and she's like, "What the hell are you using that for?"
My God, I get that, guys. I get that all the time. Okay, I'm gonna make this pick, and then I'm gonna go on a rant real quick. Tight end or wide receiver? What do you guys think?
You got two of the best tight ends in the game.
Yeah, I would not draft another tight end.
Okay.
I'd just start. Do you have a quarterback left that you want?
I already have two quarterbacks, so I'm thinking I'm good with Kyler and Jackson.
What are some running backs, receivers that are available?
So White is out there. I've got Josh Downs, Higgins, and then it kind of gets a little ugly. Actually, Sharps is still available. I don't know that I want him though. With
I liked all 3 players you just mentioned.
Yeah, I do too.
I think
one of my
whatever
faves.
you need more.
I think Downs is super undervalued. He's like really exciting for me in Dynasty right now. I think you can buy him pretty cheap.
Yeah.
But in redraft, is he not? Like, I mean, the profile is better than Alec Pierce.
Yeah.
Now the money's different, and that sometimes it tells the tale. But I don't know. I mean, I think he has just as much chance of being the one there as Pierce does.
Yeah, I like Josh Downs a lot. I mean, I like Alec Pierce, and I just don't think that he should. Good for him on getting paid, right? I just don't think that means that it should translate to, a really high, draft capital for him. Like, I think, where did he go here? He went in the 9th round here. I feel like that's appropriate.
I'm thinking. Sorry.
You're on, Jenny's on the clock, guys. So we're in round 14. Here, so we're getting close to the end, kind of bringing it around. But I mean, Jorge's exactly right. That's what private mode's for. Although I would venture to say a subpoena will probably find your private mode searches too. Just friendly advice from your not a criminal lawyer.
We got to bring on Davenport for that one.
Yeah, where's Drew? Damn it, we got to get Drew in here. Jorge, come on now. Chris Rodriguez, Bashal Tutin, no.
I do think Chris Rodriguez is going to end up with a role. I mean, Cohen's only shown that he loves using 2 guys. Yeah. So like Rodriguez is going to
Kentucky, right? Wasn't Cohen and Rodriguez there at the same time in Kentucky, I think?
Ooh, I don't know about that, but I
do. It just that came to mind, and
no, we are 100% going to be in a situation where Tutin lovers like myself will have him, and he's going to have these monster games, and he's going to have like 20 rushes for 130 yards, and Chris Rodriguez is going to have 3 1-yard touchdowns, and we're going to want to flip a fucking table. And I know it's going to happen. Like I could see the future. I can't see it enough to draft Chris Rodriguez, but I can see that future, and I'm going to hate every ounce of it. It's going to bring back Bijan and Algier nightmares.
All right. I'm throwing some more people in my queue. God, there's still so many good tight ends out there. I don't need them, guys, but like there's some good, like Chig. Chig was on my list.
Chig's a huge hit right there.
Yeah, love that.
I don't really understand. What's your thought, Kyle? I don't get why he didn't really steam up immediately. Are people worried that like Ertz might come back? I don't see, and was forgotten about them the day after they drafted him. So I don't really understand why he's not jumping up. But like, to me, he should be like in front of Hunter Henry even.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I'm looking at all these tight ends here, like Dalton Schultz. I don't even know who that Robbie guy is that she drafted. But yeah, like you said, Hunter Henry. I don't really understand it either. Like people are afraid of Zach Ertz, who's like approaching 33, 32 years old. Chig's got that pop in him. He definitely, and they use more 2 tight end sets, nowadays too. And I think I remember seeing a stat where in multi tight ends, the Commanders use like the 11th most multi tight end. So I mean, even if that is the case with Zach Ertz, Chig's going to be on the field. He's going to be running routes. That's what he does. So yeah, I like it too. I think he should have a bump up too. But you know what, Louis? Let's take him later on, man. More for me and you.
Oh yeah, I'm clicking on him all the time. Ertz is a UFA. Like it's not even he's not even under contract. So like 1, he'd have to prove his health to get signed, and 2, like I think Chig's going to be so good there that even if he came back, it was like cool, be a locker room guy.
Now see, we're talking good about the Commanders now.
Yeah.
Zach Ertz, 35 years old, will be 36 in November.
Don't worry, Jorge. Whoever the backup quarterback is this year will have plenty of throws to Chigaquanquo during the year after Jaden Daniel gets benched.
Oh.
No, Jorge commented too. He said that he's like the number 2 target in Washington.
I gotta look and see. I pull it finally. Kimberly is taking all of my backup running backs that I've got over in the queue. That Sean Tucker snag in the 15th. I love it.
Well, you've sniped 2 of mine.
Who did I snipe from you?
You took Higgins and you took Tracy.
Oh, sorry.
Good for you.
Tyrone Tracy. I'm a Tyrone Tracy fan, and we still don't know when Kim Scattergood is coming back.
No, hopefully they don't take Jeremiah Love, because I'm hearing.
Dude, your Tennessee Titans are taking Love.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for. But here's my thing with that, Stacy. That's who I want. That's who I've been wanting for several weeks. I even called it on a show, several weeks ago, and then it got hot. Now I'm starting to think, why do they keep talking about it? Why are they coming out saying, "Oh yeah, Jeremiah Love's the pick"? To me, that tells me maybe it's not. It's a smokescreen. And now this whole time I've been wanting Love, and now I have to prepare for it not to happen. And he may go to the New York Giants at this point.
I think we all want Love, Kyle.
But I don't understand why the Giants would even want. I don't understand that. You have so many other positions that you can address. You've got Cam Scattergood, you got Tyrone Tracy, who's I don't think you even need Jeremiah Love. Yeah, he might be the best prospect on the board, but in real NFL, roster constructions, you want to address need. Fantasy football, we're not really addressing need. We take the best player available. But in real football, I just don't understand that pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if the Scattergood thing is just not really worried about this injury. I mean, it's kind of unique. Not a lot of guys have had it and, come back and showed success. I mean, that's such a young age. And again, I know I say this so much, but I just stay tepid. Are we sure he's good? I mean, he looked good for 6 games, and sure. But I think I think we all get caught up on the cool white boy that's a running back and we want to root for him, but I don't know if he's great. And they have they have those answers better than we do, right? They know more about Scattergood's injuries, and they know how they really internally feel about him. Because I agree with both of you guys. Tyrone Tracy is good to me. I think he's a decent back. So I really wonder, if they would even think that they needed a running back, even if they were worried about Scattergood.
Maybe what I'm thinking is they know that Cam Scattergood is a battering ram, and they know that his career is going to be cut in 2-3 years because the way he plays, the way he seeks contact. So they're like, you know what? Let's just take Jeremiah Love, who's maybe a little bit smarter of a football player than Cam Scattergood.
I love the way you said that seeks contact.
I see contact all the time. Never do. Never get it. Seek it all the time. Never could find it.
Jenny, you broke up there for a second. What were you saying?
We both, I don't remember if it was myself or you, one of us interviewed Cam at last year's combine.
Yeah.
And I felt like he really has a good head on his shoulders. But he
does a really good head.
Jenny, I was like, I feel like
that is a big ass head. That's a big head.
Jenny teed us up perfectly for that one.
Oh, I went Jeremiah Love though. I did get him, I think.
Oh, did you draft him?
Did, yeah.
Did?
I think so. I'll scroll up in just a second as soon as I figure out who I'm going to take here.
Do not take.
Don't say it.
I mean, my entire queue is just nothing but wide receivers.
There's so many tight ends left.
I don't need tight ends. I got the 2 best. I'm good. I might get I don't know. What do you guys think if I grab one in the 20th round, just a rando, just in case? Because I'll be able to start both Bowers and McBride every week.
You want to so bad.
I do. I can't help it. Listen. What did you say? What did you call it? Smashing the purple or something earlier?
Yeah. Pounding the purple, I think.
Pounding the purple.
Stacy, why don't you grab, if you want to get a 3rd tight end, why don't you wait till later and get a guy like Gunnar Helm?
I could do that. And you know what? There's a rookie out there that yes, Horton is still available, Jorge. Yeah, there's a rookie out there that I really like, and I've only been seeing him going in like the 20th round. I have no idea if it's going to amount to anything, but it would be a strictly vibes based pick. Like he was just super chill at the combine, loved his answers. Just a joy to chat with.
Did you get him on your team? On your actual team?
No, I didn't actually take him in my team on Saturday. No, I did not.
I know who you're talking about probably. My cooling on him, at least in redraft or whatever, whoever you want to consider tight end 2 in rookie classes, my cooling on that is like, where are the spots, right? Like Carolina probably takes Sadiq, which like I said, is it, but then where's the other spot that's even somewhat like he would come into like a starter role besides Miami? And that would be a really good spot. I mean, that would be cool for a rookie to come in, a rookie tight end, and get targets right immediately. Yeah, but I don't know anywhere else.
That's what I'm just thinking. Like, I don't know about like any starters. Like this would be solely, like a break glass in case of emergency.
Yeah.
Situation. And if I'm going to do that, there's someone else I can go grab that not one person will be surprised about.
Oh, I didn't even notice you took our boy Emmanuel Wilson.
I did.
You and I will always be linked to Emmanuel Wilson.
We will. I really think. Do you guys anybody have sleepers this year that they're like really into? Because I think he's probably going to end up as one of mine.
Not off the top of my head, but if one comes to me, I'll interrupt you.
I mean, I'd said like Kirk is probably mine as far as guys in the late rounds that I have the most of. I'm trying to look to see if I got like a clear cut second guy that I take a lot of in the backgrounds, but Emmanuel Wilson's becoming one of my favorite ones at the end. I think he ends up with like probably a pretty big role there for minimum 4 to 6 weeks. I mean, I don't know what the Charbonnet thing is going to be, but I don't think they do either.
No.
And if he's good.
Yeah. And he's not bad. I mean, he's definitely a usable player just from watching him in Green Bay. Well, I got a Seattle question because I was thinking about this earlier today, like just thinking about, just driving around during like 9 to 5 hours thinking about Emmanuel Wilson, like what kind of weirdo does that? But this is what I was thinking about, like, okay, I was really thinking that once Seattle lets Ken Walker go, obviously Charbonnet's hurt. You're going to be without him for a while. Running is such a big part of their offense. Like, obviously, they're going to go get somebody, right? And then they didn't through free agency. So then you're like, okay, well, are you going to get somebody through the draft? Well, you're not in a position to go get Jeremiah Love. And after that, it's not a great running back class. So, like, what's the plan in Seattle? Like, are you guys kind of giving up on that part of your offense? Like, do they really expect? I mean, look, I like Emmanuel Wilson. I don't expect him to come in and do exactly what Ken Walker did. So I don't know. I'm just kind of curious. Like, what's the plan there?
My guess for Seattle is George Holani. He popped during the. I know it's preseason, but I remember how good he looked because I remember being at the Expo and sitting with Jorge actually at the bar watching a preseason Seahawks game. And George Holani looked really good, And then they even gave him a run, in the Super Bowl. Like, he didn't get a lot of routes or a lot of, but he was still actually on the field for the Super Bowl, which is telling. And of course, they're not going to roll with Holani probably, full time. I'm thinking they're going to draft somebody in this upcoming draft that's probably going to be the future there in Seattle.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys, we're going to the 17th round. We're doing really great. We're an hour, 8 minutes in.
What am I lacking, guys? What do you recommend?
Let's see. You're at 8.
Do you need running backs by chance?
I think maybe I do.
Yeah.
Because the segues into one of my sleepers I didn't get a chance to say. I ended up finding one.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of J.K. Dobbins? Is he still available?
He can't be. No, he can't be.
He went with Brown.
Yeah, because everybody's on R.J. Harvey. I thought maybe they weren't really on the Dobbins. The Dobbins.
No,
train.
He's been getting taken pretty early, like the 9th, 10th round, and
No, so he's not even a sleeper anymore. Never
Sean
mind.
Payton hates us, hates fantasy. You know, like I love RJ Harvey, but you know, as long as they've got other guys, they're just gonna rotate with other people, and then they just paid Dobbins too. So yeah.
So let's help her out then. What's available?
Yeah, let's see.
Tyler Batty, Quinn Allen.
I like LaQuinn Allen. Is Keaton Mitchell available?
He is.
That's a good one.
To me, Keaton Mitchell is the clear-cut guy here. Somebody I know there's people ahead of you, and I probably shouldn't be talking about the place, but I will just talk about the player for a second. Like, is your question about sleepers, because he is one of my favorites. Is I liked him when he was still in Baltimore, but now he goes and he's going to be a clear-cut number 2 in LA, and I think we've seen that running game could be pretty good. So. I'm excited for Keaton Mitchell this year.
Jorge's favorite former Commander, now Jacksonville Jaguar, is available.
I took Keaton.
I've always been a big Keaton Mitchell fan, like him.
Yeah, I mean, that whole opening up is literally something I don't know, and I'm going to go look right now because I haven't even thought about that. Like, there is a hole behind Derrick Henry that absolutely is a huge spot to know and want that player, because if me and Kyle are finally right in our year 7 of him hitting his ceiling or
That's
his
true.
wall, and if it happens, man, I don't think that is Justice Hill still there? I mean, and he's not even if Henry got hurt, he wouldn't even be an every down guy.
No, Louis, I looked this up last night because I think one of our sections for the Nerds podcast was about landing spots for rookie running backs.
Yeah.
And one of mine was the Ravens, because beyond Henry,
100%.
there's just not. And I mean, they were the top run offense last year. I think they were running the most, 51%, of their offense for run plays. So.
And they just got back to a first-round pick, crazily.
Yeah.
So not that they'll use that for one of the running backs, but now they have an extra pick. Jadarian Price, in Baltimore, wouldn't be super exciting about this year, but man, that would just set him up for a pretty good shot at a really good career.
All right, no more wide receivers. I have to stop.
Oh, I love Omar Cooper Jr. though.
I do too. Same.
I didn't even see that.
Oh,
I was hoping to find a running back this deep, but man, there's just not.
There's nothing really.
Keaton Mitchell really is the best one, so good call on that, Louis.
I do like you had mentioned one person in your queue and whatever. I mean, at this point, I hope I'm not. I don't feel like giving away an 18th round pick is a huge deal. But another one of my guys that I really did like until Rodriguez did get signed, but I still want to kind of believe in him a little bit, is LaQuinn Allen. Even with ETN, whatever his name is, even with ETN and two in there last year, he still got a lot of passing down work. And now you bring in Chris Rodriguez instead of ETN, that's not an upgrade. So I still think that he can have a role in a regular game, but if someone gets hurt, he can really pop off to be the number one guy there.
Stacey, I saw that you took Ollie Gordon there. As ugly as that Miami situation is, dude, I mean, you can't go wrong there. He's the number 2 there, right behind Achane, who's probably going to get a lot of work. But if he's proven that he does get hurt. So, I mean, that's a great pick here in the 18th round.
Yeah. I thank you. I was just looking at my options and I was like, well, that's going to be a really ugly offense, but I know they, he had a decent year last year. They used him. So I, feel comfortable, especially when I'm looking at the other guys who are here. I actually do like LaQuinn Allen as well. I don't really care for Jaylen Wright. Don't really like Jaden Blue. Some unknowns here with Katron Allen, a rookie, Nick Singleton. I think he's the one who broke his foot at the Senior Bowl, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So, there's just a few guys here, name recognition wise that you see, but as far as actually taking one who might produce something, and I mean, guys, it's an 18th round, right?
Yeah. And And they
But
use him down on the goal line. You know, if they want to keep Achane fresh because he's going to get 35 touches.
yeah,
They want to keep him fresh. Ollie Gordon.
yeah,
You know
because the
what
Lakers don't have anyone to throw to. So
you know it should bump Gordon up like 3 rounds. Like, I mean, he should at least be going in the 15, 14 rounds. The fact that, like, is Achane going to be on that team after week 7?
That's another
Like,
point.
you know, like
They
he
say they don't
might,
want to trade him, but you don't ever know.
but yeah, you get into the season and they're, 2-4, and someone, comes after them because they lose their running back or whatever, or Seattle's good and don't have a running game, or, so, yeah, I like that pick.
That brings me to like the whole Miami situation. Like, man, if you're going to rebuild, why don't you do it the right way? Why'd you sign Malik Willis to all this money? You could roll with Quinn Ewers and just see what you got out of the kid.
Yeah.
It stuck.
Yeah.
Sorry, but anyway, I just don't understand and then, like if I'm the Miami Dolphins, I would look to move Devon Achane, get, load up for 2027 in a deep draft, suck, purposely. What is it called? March for Arch.
I've been screaming into the air about this. Like, I 100% agree with you. It makes zero sense for both sides. Like, they had a way clearer path to a top 3 pick if they just stayed with Ewers and just went there. They signed a guy who's, I think, pretty decent football wise.
Yeah.
Like, forget what you want to say about fantasy. I think he's a pretty good quarterback. And for him, he's not going to be good enough to get him out of, the basement. So they're going to draft a quarterback next year, and then he's going to get thrown to the wind. And this is his second opportunity. Like, that just doesn't so he got his bag. Everyone's saying, oh, he got his money. Who cares? But he's costing himself maybe a career because he could have went to a better spot. Now I wonder if the counterpoint to that is, were the other teams really not as interested as we thought they might be or should be? That could be a thing too, whereas he went out there and his market wasn't what he thought it was. And he's like, here, I'm just going to take this 40 million now and call it a day. And, if he even wins 5-6 games a year, I think most GMs would be like, pretty good job, dude. Let's go. You're an all-star in our book.
Exactly. And with him, it's like, I think that he's good enough he is going to win them enough games it's going to be a problem, right? If they are trying to do a true rebuild, right? Because then it's going to bump them out of that first pick. And I don't know. I feel bad for him in that situation. I mean, I don't know what the market looked like for him. I don't know if there was any other teams that were giving him the opportunity the Dolphins were to come start. So maybe that's what made that a little bit more appealing. The fact that it's, Green Bay South now with, their head coach and the GM and everything, and they're all familiar with him. But I'm really disappointed for him, in that situation now that it looks like he's not really going to have a chance to show what he can do. Cause I agree, Louis. I think he is, he's not a great quarterback, but I think he's a good quarterback.
For sure.
Yeah.
And
He's just a great person.
I've gone through a lot of adversity throughout his path.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He just seems like a good guy too, like somebody that it's easy to root for,
But Stacey, don't worry. He's going to be just fine with $40-50 million on South Beach.
That's true. Yeah. He'll be all right with that. At least that'll help numb the disappointment if there is any. Who knows?
I mean, I was just down there a couple months ago and paid $45 for a vodka tea. So I don't know how long that's going to last, but it will last a little bit. But I'm like, I looked up the best Cuban in town, and I went and I was like, oh man, only $20 for a Cuban. That's actually like really good Miami prices. And so I was like, oh, I can't believe I found the best Cuban in town and for $20. It was like Elf when he was like best coffee in the. I was like, this is best Cuban, and the Cuban was great. And then I got the bill for the 2 drinks I had, and it was $90. So for the 2 drinks, and I was like, oh, that's how they get you. All right, yep, marketing.
Gotta go back to Buffalo.
Listen, if you're looking for the best Cuban food, you need to come to Tampa, because I don't know if you know this, but Tampa and Miami have a rivalry going about who has better Cuban food. And we like to say up here in Tampa that we have the best Cuban food. So once you come on up here, I can find you one that does not, cost $20. I can also find you some drinks that are not, $100.
well, someone that lived in Orlando and spent a lot of time in both places, I can't tell you that I know who's got the better Cuban food, but I can there you where that generation is a lot more. Like Miami is Cuban everywhere. Like it's everywhere. So I'm like, I needed to find the best, and I'm sure that there's 100 places, but this is how I do like every vacation, every restaurant, every time I go out to eat, I'm on Yelp for like an hour.
Yeah.
And I spend some time, and like I said, Cuban was definitely worth it. I just they got me by the coals.
Dude, Gene at Bryant, I didn't know he was still available.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised DK and Pat Bryant were still available because I had them on my list, but I'm trying to tell myself I'm on the clock now. Julia, I hope you like tight ends from Pittsburgh. I hope that wasn't a no for you. All right, guys. Running back, wide receiver. What do you think?
How many running backs you got?
I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I've got 6 running backs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 receivers.
Yeah. I mean, you could go either way.
I'm sure the receiver is going to be better than the running back, though.
That's kind of my thought process.
Yeah.
Too, the wide receiver is probably better.
Yeah, I'm going to go with somebody that was a waiver wire darling last year. Somebody that I really enjoyed watching play when he got the opportunity. I think he's going to get some more opportunity this year.
Does Louis want to guess?
Oh, I wanted.
Oh, you did.
That's good. I wanted to suggest somebody, and for literally the last 3 rounds, I keep forgetting. You had Dart. Mooney would have been perfect there.
Oh, that's true. True.
That's it. I literally saw Dart, and I was like, oh, remember to tell her Mooney later.
Oh.
That seems like a free pick in the 20. I mean, whatever. It might not hit, but that I would.
There goes
Somebody's listening.
Somebody heard you.
Yeah.
But I like Mooney a lot.
Oh man, guys, we are there goes your boy Christian Kirk.
Oh man, that's free Kirk.
Free Kirk. All right. We are coming in the last little bit of this draft here, guys. 20 rounds. It has gone by so fast.
Yeah.
Jaylen Naylor goes off the board. Let's see if we can make it all yellow. Oh no, Nick Singleton ruined it.
Ruined it.
Just ruined it.
I think Nick Singleton was going to be the second running back off the board before he got hurt.
You think
so? I think he's becoming pretty good value. I don't know if he's going to do anything redraft because his value got so far down that like I don't know if he'll get the opportunity anywhere to like make a difference, but I think he could be a good dynasty stash.
There you go. 3 picks left, guys.
Louis, do you have a favorite pick in the 20th round? Like, do you have a guy right now that you like taking stabs on?
Yeah, I mean, again, not to keep on using him as an example,
Mooney,
but
right?
it's been Kirk, but
Okay.
but he's moved up now since the move, so he's not quite not at the 20th, like the last the last week. He's been going up in like the 15th round. In the 20th round, on underdog is guys like Mooney, Naylor, the Miami guys. Anyone, you could pick anyone because who knows? Like Tutu Atwell, I think is fun. Malik Washington's fun. Just because they're going to at least be the number 2, right? Like
that would be one of my favorite picks there. Cause yeah, like you just said, he's at least the number 2 in Miami and they're going to be behind a lot. Right. So
they're going to be throwing, and I think, yeah. So best ball, especially like, if I had Willis, if I drafted Willis, I would just like the last like 3 rounds, just do like Washington, Tutu Atwell, and just whoever the third guy is there. I know it's a disaster, but like, and maybe they take turns each week, like hitting.
I love the last pick. Kimberly takes Kyle Juszczyk because he's going to be good to like vulture 1 or 2 touchdowns a year, and that's probably all you're going to need him for in the 20th round. I think that's a lot of fun. Guys, we did it. We finished this draft. Jenny, tell us about your team. What do you like? What was your favorite pick?
I mean, it goes against best ball, but CJ Stroud.
Yeah?
Well,
are you a CJ Stroud fan? Are you a Texans fan?
I'm not. But I'm a CJ. I'm one of his fans. But I'm also excited. I took Ashton Genty.
Yeah. I liked your Genty love.
Yeah, I'd like to there. Definitely. And then Trayvon was one I was hoping to get. And I love Joe Burrow too. He's defying the traditional thoughts on who can play as a QB at this stage,
Well, and I think like it's great for him that Max Crosby's not coming to his division anymore. So I think there's lots of things to be happy about for Burrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, are you happy with yours?
I think so. I mean, hopefully Julia's happy with this little squad that we put together here. I like a lot of these picks. I'm trying to go through. I really like my Josh Downs pick there in the 14th, and I'm really excited about Jordan Tyson. That's the first time I've been able to get him somewhere, and to get him in the 11th. I like that a lot. And then like, how can you not? I just love this. I love that I did it. I love that you guys talked me into it and enabled me to, pound the purple as is now going to be a part of my vocabulary with Bowers and McBride there. Because now you can't lose, right? It doesn't matter who's going to be the tight end one, this year, because I got both of them. So I love it. Yeah. What about you guys? Kyle, what do you think? Like, is there a favorite pick in here or a favorite team build that you are really liking?
Yeah, I kept trying to fight against this person. Like I kept looking at it. I was like, well, let me see if I could find a better one. I just, I kept going back to Casey's team. I really like Casey kind of builds a team how I kind of would. She took an anchor running back and then built it with some good wide receivers and T. Higgins, Nico Collins, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. Great tight end there and Harold Fana Jr. And I am a super fan of Caleb Williams. I think his arrow is just pointing straight up. Love that. And then even like later on, if Kittle comes back, I mean, oh man, what a steal that is, in the 9th round, getting George Kittle at tight end, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13, I love that. And Blake Corum, God, I love me some, that. Remember last year, Kate? I couldn't shut up about Blake Corum.
I'm big on Blake this year. I know you can probably guess which team is my favorite, but I
Where's
really
Josh
like
Allen's team.
Yeah,
April?
I really like the 7 spot with April. I mean, she gets a really good value
really
on Josh Allen being the 3rd quarterback.
Yeah,
Loveland in the middle of the 3rd round's great. And then she stacks Buffalo with DJ Moore and Kincaid. Love Judkins, Montgomery, like
Colson Loveland. Yeah.
Myers is, interesting because he hasn't latched on somewhere yet. He's going to. I'm sure he'll go back to Jacksonville and be fine. But Dobbins, JCM should have roles in their backfields. Like that's just a really strong team.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
Uh-oh.
Well, thank you. I don't know.
Oh, there we go. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out tonight and, spending your Thursday evening with us. Louis, tell everybody where they can find you online and what you're up to next.
Yeah. Well, next I will be with you on Sunday, right? Doing the next one of this tournament. And then you could find me on Twitter at FF_LouisG. On YouTube, you can find both my podcasts on Not Your Uncle's podcast station. But Analytics Are for the Nerds is my fantasy football comedy podcast that we do every Wednesday night with Allie Brady and Ryan Mura. And you can find us on YouTube and on X.
Yeah, check it out. There's a new one out just from last night. And what I really like that you guys are doing is the March Madness rankings. And we did tight ends last night, and that was so much fun.
That it looked fun. It looked fun for you guys. I was helly jelly, as the kids are saying. I'm 42 back in college. I'm picking up on some of the lingo.
Kyle, tell everybody where they can find you and what you're up to this week.
Yeah, you can find me over there at X at KZ1180, and Fourth and Frames on the Fantasy and Frames channel has come back. We are back and we are rolling here it's a redraft show with Drew, myself, Jorge is steering the ship there for us as well. And then Aiden, of course, chips in when he can as well. That's Fourth and Frames on the Fantasy and Frames channel every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Article work. I've got some brewing here on the Fantasy and Frames. Check out, we got values, basically different plays for value plays that we're all writing up. So check that out at fantasyandframes.com.
Yeah. Guys, I am at Stacy_Perez83 on all the social medias, and we will be back, like Louis said, on Sunday, 8 p.m. We got the Mina Kimes division is going to be drafting. We are also going to be joined, say that 3 times fast. We are also going to be joined by the lovely and talented Miss Charlene Erickson is coming in. She is drafting in that division. We got a lot of fun ladies drafting there. There are 3. We should change this name to the Melissa division, because we got 3 Melissas that are going to be drafting in this division. And we also have my sweet aunt in Missouri, my Aunt Sandy, is going to be coming in for her 2nd year in this tournament. Guys, it's going to be so much fun. Wendy's in the chat too. She's going to be drafting. So we've got this one. We've got 2 more beyond that. We've got one coming up Wednesday, the 25th, and then the final one on Monday, the 30th. Again, last but not least, hopefully we can get that slow draft filled. So if you guys are, just now jumping in, you want to get into it, we've got 4 more spots left in our standby that we're going to turn into a slow draft once that gets filled. So guys, give us a like, and subscribe, and follow. Make sure that you do that so you know when all of our podcasts are coming out and you get those notifications. And guys, we'll be back on Sunday. So see you then. Good night, everybody.